Alright guys, for today's video, we're going to start your final projects, and to do that we need to have a start and an instructions screen. I'm going to show you how to make those. So right now, first thing I'm going to do is title this Final Game. And then we're going to decide what kind of backdrops we need. So for mine, I'm just going to choose some generic backdrops for now. I can always code it later to be something different. I'm going to choose blue sky, and I'm clicked on stages right now, which is why I have some weird options over here. It doesn't really matter if you code on the sprite or the stages. I'm just going to stay here for the moment. So I'm going to start with on start is clicked. I need my backdrop to be blue sky. Now, since your game requires a couple levels, it's going to be kind of hard for you to remember which backdrop is which. So I'm going to go to backdrops and I'm going to rename mine. So blue sky 2 is now going to become my start screen. So when I go back to my code, I can do switch backdrop to start. That way it is always on the start screen. Then I need to have some words on here, and I don't want to have the cat. So on the cat, or whoever sprite it is that you're using, I can say that when start is clicked, under looks, I'm going to tell them to hide. So when I click my start button, the cat disappears. Okay, back on my stages, this is where I want to add some text that tells whoever plays my game what it is. So under backdrops, I'm going to use the text tool, and I'm going to make a Harry Potter game. So I'm going to call this one Potterheads Unite. And then I'm going to put a second text box over here that has instructions. If you get to the point where you type and nothing shows up, your fill color changed back. So I'm going to get to a color I like. Here we go. Alright, instructions. Have Harry catch the snitch before Draco in level 1. In level 2, meet Voldemort. Okay, right now I kind of go off the screen. When I click back on my arrow, I can change the size of my text box to make it fit on the screen. Okay, so I've got my background for my level, or for my start screen to show up here. Now I need to add some sprites that will show up that will send me to level 2. So I'm going to click choose sprite. That arrow is beautiful. Kind of move it down to the bottom of my screen and say that when start is clicked on the arrow, I want it to show. So here's my arrow. I need to add that to my instructions, so I'm going to go to stages. My instruction is here. I'm going to double click into that, and I'm going to add a third line that says click the arrow to start the game. Alright, so I've got my game, it shows up here. Have my instructions, it says Harry catches the snitch, level 2 beat Voldemort, click the arrow to start. So before I can code this arrow, I need to add my level 1 screen. My backdrop is going to be one of those custom ones. So I'm going to upload my Hogwarts that I saved in the previous video. And convert it to vector to make it big enough to fill my screen. Alright, back under codes, I'm going to click on my arrow, and under events I'm going to say when this sprite is clicked. So I'm saying that when someone touches that arrow with their mouse and clicks on it, first thing I want to do is under looks say switch backdrop to my castle. I'm going to change the name of this because, just like with my instruction screen, that's a long name to have. And I'm going to have 2 levels, so I'm going to change this to say level 1. So when my arrow is clicked, switch backdrop to level 1, and then hide the arrow because I don't want that pink arrow to show up on all my other levels. So I hit my green flag, my title, my instructions, click my arrow, I go to level 1. That's your main job that everybody has to have, is a start screen and a way to get to their level 1. Let me know if you have questions.